Okay, you're rolling.
Yeah, I'm rolling.
You are rolling.
In the previous episode, you found us in Pretoria collecting our new Africa Tourer Landcruiser troop carrier, which ended with us, well, kind of breaking down after driving it for about 10 minutes.
Okay, we're back in the car, slight glitch. Now, those of you who, I'll give you the camera, replaced the belt with, the belt was wrong. Replaced the belt on the air conditioner pulley, and hopefully that's the only glitch for this trip.
But now we're back on the road. Right. Well, let's see what happens now.
On to me.
And here's another traffic light that's out.
I'm looking forward now to getting to our B&B. Time for me, hopefully, to have a closer look at what I've bought.
I'm going to start by proving comfort with this. You may be familiar with it. They're called one-stone armrests. Okay. Now these two have actually been on the Canning stock route because I bought myself another set. These were in my Troopy. These tyres are not great. Not great, that's fine. That back one is not particularly good, but it's not bad. That's brand new. That's okay. I've got to find a place to do some work on the car. I think I'm going to get a general look of this tyre. This tyre's okay. This tyre's alright. Good. If I find myself constantly comparing this trip with the Range Rover trip. The Range Rover, I replaced the tyres. And this one, I don't want to, because I have still got to decide what tyres to run in South Africa, and they've just got to take me down to Cape Town safely. I'm going to take this one off, and I'm going to replace it with that one. They're all the same size, so I don't need to worry about that. I need to double check all my rims. These are split. See these split rims? Most dangerous thing in the world. Those things. We could have a whole discussion now about split rims. But the fact is that being a split rim, it's far easier to take the tyre off the rim in the bush somewhere because they're split rims. However, you do so at your peril. They're very, very dangerous. I don't want them. I just don't want them on my car. Because sometimes you'll go to a tyre place and say, hey, will you do this for me? And they'll say, no, we won't touch them. We won't touch them because they don't have the safety cage in which to do them. But now, it should be easy. I'm just going to have them swapped. And I'm going to ask the guys if they wouldn't mind taking out these two back seats. It'd be nice if they could take all four of them out. But these two, even just one of them would be, because we're finding it very difficult packing and accessing stuff in the back of the vehicle. I don't know what these seats were, what they were used for. Not sure. But anyway, I need to get rid of them if I can. Best make a grand entrance. No one. How's your hat? Did your hat survive?
My hat survived beautifully.
Brilliant. You look fantastic as usual. There's a problem. Green.
I know, it doesn't match. I should have got something, a blue hat or that pink one.
Or change your frock.
Yeah, limited clothing, travelling light.
When I lived in South Africa, Tiger Wheel and Tyre, they supported my TV show in a big way. They helped out. They were the equivalent to me now of City Discount Tyres in Australia. They're just helpful. And I'm going to call on them this morning, but I'm going to have to play the famous YouTuber card because I need them to sort the tyres out, and I'm going to ask them if they can remove those back seats, and I'm going to ask them to do it for me now. Let's see what happens. That less difficult, but actually I've looked underneath, not that hard to get out. And this one, there's a fuel tank under here, but I think the fuel tank might be forward of it. Easy, easy, easy. Not that difficult to they're all going to be quite easy to get out. I know you guys can do it.
Yes.
But I don't have tools. I arrived from Dubai last night, and I need these 2 seats removed. There are 4 bolts that go straight through the floor, and you can access them underneath quite easy.
Okay.
I need 4 bolts, take them out, chuck them out.
All right.
And I need this wheel put on the back here, because this wheel, the other tires look okay, but this is a bit, so for safety,
Okay.
can you just make a swap for me?
All right.
Can you do it now for me?
Just waiting for the guys here.
Okay,
Yeah, we just open it now at 8 o'clock.
yeah, at 8.
Yeah, we'll put it on the ramp, then
Okay.
we'll help you out.
Fantastic, mate. Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Put that on TikTok?
Hmm?
Are you gonna put us on TikTok?
Of course, on YouTube. Not TikTok so much, lots of Instagram, lots of YouTube.
Yeah, we'll help you out.
Okay, yeah. All right. Good, thanks, mate.
The bodies of 2 people who drowned were found along the banks of the Landcruiser.
In South Africa, 70 series Landcruisers with rear disc brakes are quite rare.
Those are new, and that is a disc brake. Why has this thing got disc brakes on the back?
Most of them come with drums that don't work very well at all. So I got lucky.
So he made the noise of a ratchet gun. It goes pop, pop, pop. We go brrr.
Luckily, it wasn't a particularly busy morning for them. So in about 10 minutes, about 4 of them got stuck into the job. That feels really good. It's the first thing that we've done. 1 down, thousands to go.
Happy people. We're happy, the seats are out. They're happy, they've got some seats and some cash because Tiger Wheel and Tyre haven't given us a formal invoice. So we've just one seller, which is a gift for the guys, and we're now headed to Woolworths.
Woolworths in South Africa is like Marks and Spencer's in the UK, a premier food store, and stockists of some of our old favourites, which we will take with us to keep us sustained on our long journey.
This is just like one gigantic South Africa section at Coles. All our kit in the car does make me nervous, leaving it parked and not attended. But yeah, what can I do? Parking lots like this, you actually have car guards looking out for thieves and that, so and one normally tips them. And I run out of cash because I gave all my cash to the guys at the Tiger Wheel and Tyre place, so I need to find a place to get some cash so I can tip them. So our grocery shopping cost 800 rands, and it was a small bag of items, some biscuits, potato chips, a couple of Cokes and things like that for our trip. And that is about $70, slightly less, but
Hugely expensive.
that would be 40, I think,
Even
in Australia.
with
In
the
Australia,
inflation.
with the exchange rate.
Yeah.
For me, there are 2 brands in South Africa that stand out. I've been using their products since their companies were formed, and still even now, while operating from Australia, I'm still using their products because I just like them so much. But not just the products, the people as well. So I'm actually, while in Johannesburg, fitting 2 of them to the vehicle in preparation for our drive down, and the first one is a set of Tackler seat covers. I've had them on every vehicle that I built in Australia, as well as the Landcruiser 105 that we built in South Africa, and now fitting a set to the troop carrier. Hey, they look good, Nan,
Yeah.
don't you think?
Very nice. Exo logo on them.
Yep. This product is called a Tack Mat. Yeah. And this one has the audio insulation material in it. And it was actually
Back in 2011, my brainchild, I went to Takla with my 2011-12 troop carrier, and I said, hey, how about doing your lovely tack mats, but including with it a sound insulation layer, which they did, and they now sell this as a product. And doesn't that seat look nice? And the reason why I actually like the product so much, I like a waterproof seat cover. They are 100% waterproof. Why? Because, well, when one sweats, the seat can, if it's not waterproof, will actually absorb the sweat. So you then climb out of the vehicle, you get back into the vehicle, you've dried off, but the seat remains damp. It feels like a cotton canvas, but it'll act like a cotton canvas. And very important for South Africa, of course, is that each seat cover comes with its own gun pouch. Something I have just noticed, look at that tyre. That was on the vehicle, that was running. That's right down to canvas, that is. So I really, really made a good choice in doing something about that tyre. One more thing that I can do before I leave Johannesburg, and that is collect a small fridge for our trip from Snowmaster. Not unlike Takla, I was there when Snowmaster was born, and I had the very, very first, it was a 40 litre in a vehicle of mine, and then they put a slightly larger one in my troop carrier. And I know they're over 20 years old, and it's amazing how they've grown into an international brand, and they're not particularly well represented in Australia, which is a pity, because there are other South African brands that I regard as, well, I'm actually talking about a brand that you all know, I won't mention them now. It's a very good fridge, okay, South African, it's excellent, but it's not a patch in terms of value on the Snowmasters, and that's why I'm still using them, and I think they're outstanding, I just do. So we're going to get this one here. It's a bit dark in here, but that's the 12 litre. It is the only console fridge that will fit between the seats of a troop carrier, because the seats are closer together than in the 76 and 79. And I'm going to take one now, and tomorrow morning when I've got a little bit of time and I'm out of Johannesburg, I'm going to wire it up, and Gwen and I will use it on our trip. We are now trying to get out of Johannesburg, and because of load shedding, basically the intersections stop working, traffic lights stop working. So Joburg's traffic is bad enough without a load shedding adding to it. So every traffic light becomes a four-way stop.
For those who don't know what load shedding is, because that's that I think is strictly a South African term, blackouts, brownouts, scheduled power cuts, where the government just turns the power off for a certain number of hours each day. It happens twice a day in South Africa, apparently, certainly in Johannesburg. I don't know about the rest of the country, where for an hour and a half, 2 hours, they'll turn the power off twice a day to conserve electricity.
We're on the highway. Actually, it was quite quick. And people are really well mannered, which surprises me because Joburg drivers are not well mannered. But somehow, I think maybe that they all got so used to it that
they just treat it like a four-way stop.
Treat it like a four-way stop, and it's actually quite effective.
Sherman Freeway for 6 kilometers.
Oh, this woman navigating, interrupting me on camera, driving me crazy. She knows exactly when to talk. Like Heiner and Rob on Mechanic Stock Route. If I turned on a camera, they would talk on the radio, especially Sean.
Oh, well. It adds interest.
We are now leaving the N3, National Road 3, which goes all the way to Durban, thank goodness, because it's trucks. And we're starting now our trip on the back roads through South Africa. So most of our journey now, except the last bit, is off national roads. We want to show you some of the prettiest side of South Africa we can. And within just a few minutes of leaving the national road, the road condition deteriorated alarmingly. lots of big holes and potholes in the road, which slows up travel. I mean, difficult to even maintain 100. But this, as it's turned out, was nothing. We were soon driving at a snail's pace on a major regional road.